Rockaholics, it's another edition of Rock Talk right here with CGCM Rock Radio and the Red, White, and Maple Rock Project. This time we're headed to Toronto. We don't get too close to home all that often, but this time around we do. We're talking with Carms. We're talking with Nick from the band The Lemon Pistols. Hey, welcome into the show, guys.
Hey, how are you?
Very, very good. Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Pardon me?
I said thanks for having us.
You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. Got to say, guys, loving the brand new album, the Pink album, but also the three singles: "Let's Make Love," "Rocket Ship of Love," and "Love Machine." I'm sensing a theme here.
Right. Yeah. Did you guess what it is?
Yeah. Any red-blooded Canadian can guess that one.
There you go. There you go.
So give us the story of the Lemon Pistols, boys.
Well, I've been playing with Nick since high school.
Okay.
We've been in band since probably grade 10, so 2010, I would say. And the other two guys, same deal. They've been playing together since high school. Our old band, we had our last gig was our bass player and drummer's last gig that night as well. And when the band split up that night, and we just meshed the two bands, and so it's just basically a culmination of two breakups, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of like Guns N' Roses kind of came together out of L.A. Rose or Hollywood Rose and L.A. Guns.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, sort of like, yeah, pretty much.
And is the name meshed as well, or is it a completely fresh name?
No. The name is Band Name Generator.
There you go. So now I'm hearing everything from Van Halen to Red Hot Chili Peppers, and then I get a hit of horns. What's going on? How would you describe your sound?
Oh, it's interesting. I mean, like, for the most part, I would describe it just like a straight up like rock and roll band. But I mean, we suggested horns on one of the songs, and then so we have a good friend of ours that plays the horns, and we know now that it's an option. Like, so we kind of keep it in the back of our head as we're writing or recording, and we kind of think like, okay, maybe this would be a cool horn section. Throw a horn on this spot. So it's just something that we like to throw in there just to add some extra flavor, I guess. But for the most part, we're pretty just straight up rocking, you know.
It works. Like I said, it's got that Red Hot Chili Peppers aesthetic to it, kind of deal. You know how they'll throw in horns randomly into their songs.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just a fun thing, like a fun like ingredient to add on certain songs. You know, let's throw a horn here.
But overall, it's a very 80s sounding aesthetic. Why do you think that sound has stuck?
I don't know. I think we should kind of just do whatever comes to our head, and like it just comes out that way. I don't think we put much thought into how it's like supposed to sound or that way, I guess.
True. Yeah.
Sure. A lot of our influences, I guess, come from the 80s.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we don't like typically like, okay, let's do a Van Halen one, or let's do a Red Hot Chili Peppers one. Let's do a horn one. It's just kind of we just let it rip, and like we're influenced by a lot of bands, and I think like if you're properly influenced by bands, it'll be noticeable, you know.
Absolutely. So how would you describe your live sound, or your live show, I should say?
I typically pretty energetic. Like, we honestly we love the moral of the biggest thing we want when we play live is to just have a blast. So we let it rip. We just have a great time, and the crowd has a great time too. And it's rambunctious, and it's loud, and it's silly, and there's, you know, it's a bit rough and it's a bit rugged, but it's a great time.
It's a party. Yeah.
It's a party. Sure. Essentially, it's a party. Yeah, that's to sum it up. It's just we want to have like a rock and roll party when we play. We want to get off going, that was fun. I wish that didn't end, and we want the crowd to feel the same way.
So tell me about some of your biggest flubs on stage, though. Like, have you fallen off the stage, dropped your guitar?
You know what? I think I'm going to jinx it by saying this, but nothing too serious yet.
Yeah, just a broken string.
Something gets unplugged. Maybe like somebody turns and hits somebody with the headstock, but we're pretty, you know, considering like the amount of like, you know, like the activity on stage and like at times alcohol prior, you would expect like more of a disastrous, you know, Dave Grohl falling off the stage type thing, or maybe somebody spilled a beer in an amp once. But usually we've gotten pretty lucky so far. But you never know; the tables might turn, and we might have a better story for you next time.
I hope I haven't jinxed it now.
You probably should. Knock on wood.
There you go. So collectively, then, who do you guys draw your influences from? Carms, who are your biggest influences?
My favorite bands always Rolling Stones, Beatles, Oasis. But then I love Van Halen, and I love Sabbath, and I love Zeppelin, and I love. Listen, once I start naming them, I'm not going to stop.
Yeah,
the usual, the classics, right? But and then I don't know. I love more modern-ish bands. I love the Black Crowes. I love Jet. I love all that stuff, man. Anything rocking, anything that makes you feel that heartbeat. That's my favorite stuff. And then I can veer off a little bit into the punk a little bit, and collectively, I don't know if it's the fact that we're all Italian in the band, but we're all really into Frank Sinatra, and we can all go down that way. The other two guys in the band, Rob and Stefano, they're big into Tool and progressive stuff, Rush. Kind
of all over the map.
Yeah, really. Yeah. But I mean, the core for me is Beatles, Stones, Oasis. I love that stuff, and I'll leave it to Nick to tell you what his are.
I mean, he pretty much hit the say. I don't know how much more I could just repeat
Hendrix.
Everything. Hendrix, I guess, was the only one he didn't say. Yeah. But yeah.
Guns,
Chili Peppers, SRV. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't leave out Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah,
dude, I think he's the best, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I remember reading an interview with him once, and he was talking about playing live, and it was like an out-of-body experience where he was looking down on himself playing, and he has no memory of playing the show, just looking down on himself playing. That's yeah.
That's insane.
Stevie? You're talking about Stevie?
Stevie Ray Vaughan, yeah.
Yeah, he was insane.
Have you ever seen the movie? Man. Have you ever seen the movie Step Brothers?
A long time ago.
When he threw his brother in the bedroom, he goes, "I feel like I was hovering over my own body, watching myself sing." That reminded me of.
Now, do you guys have a favorite song out of your catalog that you just love to play live? It's coming up in the set list, and it's just oh, here we go. This is it.
Yeah. For me, I love the high energy ones. So Casa is very fun because I get to put the guitar down and I kind of raw dog the stage and I get the crowd doing the ba ba bas. That's always so fun for me. I like Rocket Ship because Rocket Ship of Love because it's very up tempo and it's rocking and there's a cool part in the middle where it's just me and Nick. I'm playing the riff. He's doing a little leg, kind of get the crowd fired up, get them to clap their hands. Just the stuff, the high energy stuff. I mean, but they all have their moments. They're all fun, and we obviously love every song, enjoy playing them all. But those key high energy moments for me are the ones where I feel like I really get my rocks off.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Do you have any big gigs you'd like to plug coming up in the rest of 26?
You know what? We've got nothing lined up as of right now. We're kind of doing the behind the inner working type stuff,
right.
Working on some content and working on writing. That's a big thing for us because we haven't written a new song in a while, so we're working on that, working on maybe getting those recorded. So we're doing the behind the scenes kind of stuff as of right now. We do have something potentially in the works for October that I don't even know if we can say anything about that yet. But as of right now, it's pretty slow on the gigging. We just played in Quebec. Actually, we played a really cool festival in a small town called Belterre.
Okay, yeah,
really cool. But other than that, nothing really down the pipe as of in the near future. But when something comes up, we'll make sure you know. We'll tell you.
Very cool. Very cool. So you mentioned your songwriting. So what's the songwriting process of the Lemon Pistols like?
Oh, I mean, it sort of varies. There's no one, and I think any band will have the same answer. There's no one particular sort of blueprint or one sort of way we kind of do it. Usually it's somebody has an idea, brings it in. Sometimes it could be a riff. Sometimes it could be a whole song. It's you bring it in. Do you like this? Yes, there's potential. Let's work on it. And we kind of just sit in the room and we chip away at it. And sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes the initial idea sounds almost completely different by the time the song's done. Sometimes we're in the room for 45 minutes and we leave with, wow, that's sick. And we're listening to it in the car on the way home. Going, wow, this is awesome. That was so quick. So it's always sort of different, but it usually stems from an idea brought to rehearsal. And then we get the instrumentals down and then I'll take them and I'll listen to them. And sometimes Nick will have a melody, try singing this. This is a cool melody. like, okay, cool. And then I take my time with it, come up with the vocals, lyrics, and then hopefully that works out. And that's usually how it goes. Pretty straightforward stuff. I think for most bands, that's sort of the process, you know?
The lyrics in are primarily your gig then. But if
Yeah.
if say Nick came up with something and said, "Hey, why don't you
Yeah.
try this?"
Yeah.
Does that happen?
Yeah. Well, here's an example. We have a song called Swamp Lovin'.
Yep.
That the name was Nick's idea. What was Swamp Lovin'? And we're like, dude, that's sick. And all the lyrics of the song were based around that title. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
that influenced the song's direction entirely. Rocket Ship of Love. I mean, that song started with the title, and then the lyrics kind of fell into place. Like what? I love that Rocket Ship of Love. That's so cool. But let's make lyrics now that like kind of make sense with that title, right?
Mhm.
That's sort of how it goes. But Casa Limone, our like first single, I made the lyrics with our bass player Stefano. And we were kind of coming up with them together, spitballing ideas. So listen, I love to do it. I love to sit down with lyrics and really ponder and like get ideas and like kind of sometimes let them happen naturally. Sometimes I try to get them done. But yeah, I love hearing everybody else's ideas because everybody else. It's nice to hear a different perspective, right? Helps
Mhm. Mhm.
you can kind of take things like, oh, I never thought about it like that. So, but yeah, it's usually if anybody has an idea, it's bring it on.
He definitely does do like 90% of it though.
Yeah.
And then we'll pitch in where we
Yeah.
think we should, and
But we do that
he's open to it.
with everybody in the band. Like it's like in if we're crafting a tune, it's like we'll say to our bass player, "Hey, try something like this." It's like, "Oh, cool, yeah, I like that." Or, "Dude, that's shit. Like I'm not doing that." So it all depends. Right? But it's give and take in every area. You know what I mean? With
It's a complete democracy.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I think a band should be. If
Yes.
it was Carbs and Nick experience,
Yeah.
then maybe we'd have a little bit more say, right? But it's a band and it's a Lemon Pistols and we're all 25%, so everybody has an equal say in everything. And if somebody tells me, dude, I don't like that lyric, it's stupid, I'll get offended for about 5 minutes. And then I'll think about it and be like, maybe it is stupid, and then I'll change it. But usually it's a group effort, usually. Well, all the time, actually, it's a group effort. So lyrics included.
Now the artwork for the last three singles there have a real, let's say, an Archie's comic aesthetic to it. Was that planned out, or did that just kind of happen? You released one and went, "Hey, let's just kind of stick with this."
We made them all on the same sitting. We made all the artworks.
Oh, okay.
But basically, because the first single was Love Machine, we thought like, what would be a cool artwork? And we came up with the idea of like the robot, the Love
The
Machine
robot, yeah.
and we kind of got attached to him. He's pretty sick. We kept him for all three of the songs that we tried to make the title of the song work with the artwork.
Mhm.
But it started with Love Machine with the love robot, and he's got the fedora, kind of cool. And then that Archie kind of graphic once that kind of came into play, we're like, okay, let's just roll with this for these three singles because they're from the same batch of recordings, and let's keep it all kind of tied together with the love theme. Everything, love, love, love. Let's make love Machine, rock. Let's just keep it all like, okay, this was intended to be sort of one body of where it kind of spread along three singles.
Mhm.
But yeah, he's a cool dude. I wish we can keep him around for longer, but maybe he'll make an appearance down the line. Next love song, he'll make.
It's funny. I showed a buddy of mine who works at the station here, the artwork and stuff. He goes, "Hey, this guy reminds me of Bender."
Yeah. Well, it's really funny you say that because our drummer actually found a clip of Futurama.
Yeah.
And it was of Bender, and I don't know exactly the quote, but something happened in the show, and he goes, "No, actually, I'm a love machine." Well, that's very fitting considering the love machine robot is Bender-esque, and
yeah.
love machine,
Very cool.
Yeah.
So do you guys have a song that comes on your playlist or on the radio or whatever, and you just stop and go, "Damn, I wish I wrote that song."
Yeah. Every day. It's happened like 3 times today already.
Yeah.
You know what? I find myself doing this a lot where it's like I listen to like this morning, I just was on shuffle and like a Foo Fighters song came on.
Yeah.
And I was just like, and it's like I think it was like one of their anthems, like My Hero or whatever.
Yeah.
And how do you write something so big and anthemic and like powerful like that? And I was just kind of listening to the song, trying to gather the inspiration, the ideas of it. It happens all the time, but one, I guess, like if I had to pick a song that I thought would be like I would be really proud of. Yeah, that I don't know, man. It's hard to say. Maybe like Champagne Supernova.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe like
Definitely changes all the time. I
yeah.
feel like right now for me it's Freebird.
That's a very good choice.
I think that'll always be one for a lot of people. Yeah. It really does change. I guess it kind of depends on what phase you're in. Like, Rush just did 4 shows in Toronto, and I was lucky enough to go to a show a couple nights ago with my dad, and kind of listening to them on like the few days before, and listening to like all the progressive stuff, and like, man, like I was thinking, like, how would I ever come up with something so like progressive, and like the song, like all the different changes, like 2112 to be specific. That's the first like 5 minutes. It just it gets so all over the place, but it's so cool. And I was just thinking, like, wow, I could never write something like that, But yeah, like I said, it just changes based on the mood you're in, on the phase you're in at the time. It's hard to say one definitive. I wish I wrote that, but I guess it would have to be one of my favorite songs. So I would have to say Champagne Supernova, final answer. Lock it in.
There you go. Yeah. All right. So before we wrap this thing up, I like to do a little thing called this or that. Give you a couple choices. You just pick this or that. Not much to do with music except for the first question. If you're ready, we'll just jump right in.
Sweet.
Do it.
All right. Van Halen or Van Hagar?
Halen. Van Halen.
Yeah.
Hockey or baseball?
Oh, I think these days baseball. We're actually going to the Jays game today.
Baseball.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Ice coffee or iced tea?
Iced coffee.
Iced coffee, I think. Yeah.
Go-karts or mini golf?
I do neither.
Yeah.
I play go-karts.
Go-karts seems
more fun. Yeah.
Club gig or big stage?
I like Sweat. So club gig is cool.
Club gig.
Yeah.
Nachos or poutine?
Nachos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jalapeno extra.
Oh yeah. And then finally, pineapple on pizza, yes or no? I'm gonna get in shit for this one. I know that.
Nah.
I don't.
I've had it. It's actually pretty good.
I don't think I've ever actually had it.
I'm gonna say no.
It's one of those things where it's like Nickelback. You're told not to like it until you actually try it, and then you love it. So I would say I'm gonna go no for now, just because of the lack of experience.
But going back to your nachos answer, throw some jalapenos on it, and it changes the aesthetic completely.
Oh, dude, jalapenos! I always, whenever I get nachos, I say extra jalapenos on. I'm drooling, dude. That's how much I love it. And on the side, always extra. Yeah, 100%. Actually, I don't know if you know the place in Toronto, Sneaky D's. They're like they're notorious for having like the best nachos, and I've been meaning to try them. So, yeah. Anyway. Nachos.
Yeah, my stepdaughter lives down on Bay, and I definitely have to get over to Sneaky D's and try that next time I go to visit her.
Let us know when you do. We'll come find you.
Very cool. Very cool. So before we wrap it up, tag a band that you guys think should come on Rock Talk with us.
Oh wow.
Yellow Magnolia.
Yellow Magnolia.
Oh, right.
They're a band from Aurora. They're a really great band, really great friends of ours. We've done a bunch of gigs with them, and yeah, I think you'd really enjoy having them on, and I think they would really enjoy talking to you as well.
Awesome. Yeah. Now take a few extra moments and shamelessly self-promote the Lemon Pistols.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess all I can say is, like, if you're really into, like, listen, if you're into classic rock and you like, and you like high energy, fun rock and roll that maybe you can't seem to find these days, we're definitely the answer to that. I wish we could plug a gig so we could prove that to you. But I mean, I guess you're gonna have to find us on Spotify and Instagram for now. And through that, you'll find the next gig. And then, hopefully we make your rock and roll dreams come true.
Very, very cool. And guys, don't forget, click that like, that share, that subscribe. Support the Lemon Pistols, support CGCM Rock Radio and the Red, White, and Maple Rock Project. And we'll catch you again on another edition of Rock Talk.